10 changes that could affect Aquarius later this month. Something is stirring in the energy surrounding you, Aquarius, and it is building toward a culmination that the final days of this month are likely to bring into full view. These are not vague or abstract predictions. These are specific shifts, tangible movements in the current of your life that have been gathering momentum and are now approaching a point where they become impossible to ignore. You have felt them coming even if you could not name them. That quiet hum in the background of your days, that sense that something is about to click into place or fall away entirely. That feeling is real, and it is pointing toward changes that deserve your full attention. Shift 1. The first change involves your energy levels, and it may catch you off guard. After a period of feeling stretched thin, of operating on reserves that were running lower than you wanted to admit, something is about to shift in your physical and emotional vitality. You are going to experience a surge of energy that feels almost unexpected, as if someone turned on a light in a room you had grown accustomed to navigating in the dark. This is not the manic, unsustainable kind of energy that burns bright and flames out quickly. This is something steadier, something that rises from a deeper well, something connected to the renewal your spirit has been quietly undergoing beneath the surface of your daily routine. You may notice it first thing in the morning, a willingness to get out of bed that has been missing for a while. You may notice it in the afternoon, when the usual slump fails to arrive and you find yourself still engaged, still curious, still moving forward with purpose. This returning vitality is not just physical, though that is certainly part of it. It is also emotional and spiritual, a renewed capacity to care, to create, to connect, to show up for your life with the kind of presence that makes everything feel more vivid and more meaningful. Do not waste this energy on things that do not deserve it. Be intentional about where you direct this renewed vitality, because it is one of the most valuable resources you have, and the choices you make about how to use it will shape the weeks and months that follow. Shift 2. The second change is a conversation that is coming your way, one that has the potential to shift the dynamics of a relationship that has been stuck in a pattern for too long. You may not initiate this conversation. It may come to you, arriving through the words of someone who has been gathering their courage to speak honestly about something that has been left unsaid between you. Or perhaps you will be the one who finally breaks the silence, finding the words for feelings that have been churning beneath the surface for weeks or months or even years. Either way, this conversation is going to change something fundamental about how you and this person relate to each other. It will not be comfortable, Aquarius. Honest conversations rarely are. But it will be necessary, and somewhere inside you, you already know that. You have been carrying the weight of things unspoken for too long, and the pressure has been building to a point where the silence itself has become louder than any words could be. What emerges from this conversation will depend entirely on how willing both parties are to listen, really listen, without planning their response while the other person is still speaking. You have the capacity for that kind of deep listening, Aquarius. You always have. And if you bring that capacity to this moment, if you approach it with an open heart and a genuine desire to understand rather than to be right, the result could be a breakthrough that transforms not just this one relationship but your entire approach to honest communication. Shift 3. The third change involves a financial or material situation that has been causing you low-level stress for longer than you would like to admit. Something is about to shift in this area, not necessarily through a dramatic windfall or a sudden solution, but through a change in perspective that allows you to see options you could not see before. The stress you have been carrying around money, resources, or material security has been occupying a larger portion of your mental bandwidth than you realized, and it has been subtly affecting your mood, your sleep, your ability to think clearly about other areas of your life. But later this month, a piece of information, an opportunity, or simply a moment of insight is going to arrive that loosens the grip of this anxiety. You will see a path forward that you did not notice before, not because it was hidden, but because your vision was narrowed by worry. This change does not mean all your material concerns will vanish overnight, but it does mean that the heaviness will lift enough for you to breathe, to think, to plan with clarity instead of fear. And that clarity is worth more than almost anything else, because a clear mind makes better decisions, sees more possibilities, and attracts more favorable outcomes than a mind clouded by anxiety ever could. Shift 4. The fourth change is internal, but its effects will ripple outward into every area of your life. You are about to experience a significant shift in your self-image, the way you see yourself when you look inward, the story you tell about who you are and what you are capable of. This shift has been building for some time, assembled quietly from small victories you may not have fully acknowledged, from compliments you deflected, from evidence of your own strength and wisdom that you minimized because it felt uncomfortable to take credit for. But the accumulation has reached a tipping point, and later this month you are going to have a moment, perhaps in the middle of something completely ordinary, when you suddenly see yourself differently. More accurately, more generously, more truthfully. You are going to realize that the person you have been underestimating for years is actually someone quite remarkable. Not perfect, not infallible, but remarkable in the truest sense of the word. Someone whose life, whose journey, whose character is worthy of genuine admiration. And when this realization lands, when it moves from your head to your heart and you actually feel the truth of it, something inside you will recalibrate. You will stand a little taller. You will speak with a little more authority. You will make decisions with a little more confidence. Not because you have become arrogant, but because you have finally become honest about your own worth. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Shift 5. The fifth change involves your daily routine, and it will likely begin with a growing dissatisfaction with the autopilot mode you have been operating in. You are going to look at the structure of your days and realize that much of what you do is done out of habit rather than intention, out of momentum rather than meaning. And this realization is going to spark a desire to redesign your routine around what actually matters to you. Not what should matter, not what used to matter, but what matters right now, in this season of your life, to the person you are currently becoming. This redesign may start small. A different morning ritual, a new time for walking, a decision to spend the first hour of your day doing something that feeds your soul instead of something that merely fills your time. But even small changes to your routine can have cascading effects that transform the entire texture of your life. Because routine is not just about time management, it is about values management. How you spend your hours is ultimately how you spend your life. And later this month, you are going to become unwilling to spend them on anything that does not deserve them. Shift 6. The sixth change is a reconnection with someone from your past. This is not necessarily someone you lost touch with through conflict. It may be someone who simply drifted away through the natural currents of changing circumstances, different paths, the quiet separations that happen when life takes people in different directions. But something is about to bring this person back into your awareness, whether through a chance encounter, a message that arrives unexpectedly, or simply a memory that surfaces with unusual intensity and prompts you to reach out. This reconnection has the potential to be deeply meaningful, because you are not the same person who knew them before. You have grown, evolved, deepened in ways that they have not yet seen, and they, similarly, have been on their own journey of transformation. When two people reconnect after a period of separate growth, the result can be a relationship that is richer and more authentic than anything they shared originally. Because now there is no pretense, no performing, no trying to be who you were in the past. There is only who you are now, which is always more interesting than who you used to be. Shift 7. The seventh change involves a creative or intellectual project that has been sitting unfinished, gathering dust in the corner of your life like a promise you made to yourself and then forgot. Later this month, the energy around this project is going to shift. You are going to feel a pull back toward it, a renewed sense of excitement about its possibilities, a fresh perspective that shows you exactly why it stalled and exactly how to move it forward. This is not coincidence. The project did not stall because you were lazy or uncommitted. Stalled because you were not ready. You needed more experience, more insight, more life under your belt before you could bring to it what it truly deserved. And now, with everything you have learned and felt and understood since you last worked on it, you are approaching it as a different creator. A wiser one, a more patient one, one with a deeper understanding of what you are trying to say and why it matters. Do not be intimidated by how long it has been since you last touched this work. The gap was not wasted time. It was incubation. It was your subconscious mind working on the problem even when your conscious mind had moved on. And the solution, the inspiration, the next step that has eluded you is about to announce itself with a clarity that makes the wait worthwhile. Some people watch. Others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting. It's about moving. Shift 8. The eighth change is a deepening of your spiritual practice, Whether that practice involves formal meditation, prayer, time in nature, journaling, or simply the quiet contemplation that happens in the space between activities. Something is about to deepen in your connection to the invisible dimension of your existence, the dimension that gives meaning to everything visible. You may find yourself drawn to practices you have never tried before, or returning to ones you abandoned years ago with a new appreciation for their power. You may start noticing signs and synchronicities with greater frequency, as if the universe is increasing the volume of its communication now that you are finally ready to listen. This deepening is not separate from the other changes happening in your life. It is the foundation beneath all of them, because every shift in energy, every renewed relationship, every creative breakthrough, every moment of clarity about your own worth, all of these are spiritual events, whether or not they carry religious labels. They are expressions of your soul's desire to expand, to evolve, to move closer to the truth of who you really are. And the spiritual deepening that is happening later this month is going to give you a framework for understanding and integrating all the other changes, a way of making sense of the transformation that might otherwise feel random or overwhelming. Shift 9. The ninth change involves your sleep. This may seem mundane compared to the other shifts we have discussed, but it is actually profoundly significant. Your sleep patterns are about to change in ways that reflect the inner transformation you are undergoing. You may find yourself sleeping more deeply, waking more refreshed, dreaming more vividly, or you may find yourself waking in the middle of the night with sudden insights, ideas that arrive fully formed in the quiet hours between midnight and dawn, as if your dreaming mind had been working on problems that your waking mind could not solve. These nighttime awakenings are not insomnia, Aquarius. They are downloads. They are moments when the barrier between your conscious and unconscious mind becomes thin enough for important information to pass through. Keep a notebook by your bed. Write down what comes to you in those quiet hours, even if it seems strange or disconnected in the moment. Because later, when you read those notes in the light of day, you may find that they contain exactly the guidance you need for the changes that are unfolding in your waking life. Shift 10. The 10th and final change is the most encompassing of all. It is a shift in how you feel about the future. Not the distant, abstract future, but the immediate, tangible what is going to happen next future. For a while now, you may have been approaching the coming days and weeks with a mixture of hope and apprehension, wanting good things but bracing for difficulties, expecting the best but preparing for the worst. That exhausting duality is about to resolve itself, not through blind optimism, but through a deeper trust in your own resilience and the fundamental benevolence of the journey you are on. You are going to start feeling, in a way that goes beyond mere thinking, that things are going to be okay. Not perfect, not effortless, not without challenge, but okay. Genuinely, deeply, substantively okay. And that feeling, that bone-level trust in the okayness of what is coming, is going to change how you show up for every remaining day of this month and beyond. The changes that are heading your way are not punishments or tests, Aquarius. They are invitations. Each one is asking you to step more fully into the truth of who you are, to release what no longer serves you, to embrace what is emerging, and to trust that the process knows what it is doing even when you do not. You have earned these changes through every year of living, every lesson absorbed, every quiet moment of courage that no one else witnessed. They are the natural result of a life lived with integrity, curiosity, and an unwillingness to settle for less than genuine meaning. Later this month, when these shifts begin to manifest in visible, undeniable ways, remember this moment. Remember that you were told they were coming. Remember that you were encouraged to meet them with open arms rather than clenched fists. And remember, above all, that change is not the enemy of peace. It is the pathway to a peace so deep and so real that nothing external can disturb it. That is the peace that is waiting for you on the other side of these shifts. Walk toward it with confidence, Aquarius. It has your name on it. You have two options after this video: close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.